rocket.
Okay, we can have a small feedback. I will stop you if you pass the 5 minutes limit. And let's go through with this. Group 1. Let's make it 2 minutes actually.
We've started to talk about constraints for the group, as well as a communication plan. Assigned the project manager, and actually probably should let her do this. So, Darim.
You have 1 minute, Darin.
Okay, we set the repository. We was building our constraint and communication plan. So we are going to work this week on development strategy and backlog. We did that as a deadline at the end of this week. And the next week, we are going to build the actual website.
Great. You see, do it like that. 1 minute. Group 2.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Oh, okay, 2 minutes. Okay, so I think we have discussed ourselves about our errors, how to improve. Okay, how to improve, and I think we are going to create something really, really nice, really great. Okay, for all the people, and the best thing, we share our screens. Okay, and we share how we create everything with all of us, because I think that we have the feeling that we are a little bit lost. But if you share your screen and you share with your team, I think it's really, really nice. I have a really nice sensation. So I don't know my team, but I think we are going to create a Hack Your Future Next website. I'm so sorry for the current one. We are going to smash up.
Great. Awesome. Yeah. Group 3. Quick and simple.
Hello. Well, yeah. We worked with Samir. He helped us a lot. We're done with all the user personas. Boom. But then we didn't do anything else. Nobody has any titles yet. We don't have any. We have a backlog. And we have a development strategy folder. So boom. An hour goes really fast, we found out. So, but we did a very good brainstorming, and I think that's important here in the beginning, that we might work together. Now we work together on my screen only because we couldn't get the others to share. It didn't work from my side. So we shared on mine. So we did everything on my screen. So that's actually a great way to work together, I think, especially when we're brainstorming and stuff. And then we can decide afterwards how to divide the different things, the different issues. So definitely that was a good 1 hour learning experience.
Great. Pair programming. Okay. Group 4. Yes, Shanavi?
I can talk. Okay, we had a brainstorming of our last week mistakes and how to avoid them, and we agreed on to work on the planning, on the communication, and the user persona. And by the end of this week, we will have our development strategy ready, and we will assign tasks for each team member, and we will also continue to work together and meet whenever it's available. And that's it. Less than 1 minute. I think.
That is great. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Maybe I should make this kind of commands all the time. Anything you want to add, coaches, before we go for a break? Samir, Tiago, Tamer?
Nothing, just very good job. I mean, it's really nice to see them now. They are really collaborating, they're discussing, they're brainstorming, coming with different ideas. That's really something great. That's the whole point from development strategy and work as a group.
Yeah, and discussion. Open discussion will also help you as a group. So, okay.
Okay, so if you lost me, just let me know because my mic is not really working properly. I'll share my screen. Yes.
Voice.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yes.
So if I want to change something, for example, let's say I have.
Your voice is interrupting.
I'm sorry. Now. Can you hear me? Okay, so you just click here, for example, you change the color you want, whatever now.
We can't hear you.
Losing your audio.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. Let me try like this. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. So from now on, you are a developer. You will never open your browser or something like that. You will right click all the time. You go to something called inspect. And inspect, it will open something called DevTools. Now, DevTools, it's your second best friend beside Google. It will help you a lot when you develop. So whenever you develop, you write code all the time, you should have half screen. So you have your developed dev tools or development tools open, and you have your website like that. Now, first, what we'll be concentrating on is what you call the element here. So for example, if I want to see this header, some information about this header, I will right click on it, I will inspect. And if I inspect, it show me here, okay, it's an H1 tag with a text like that. But also it show me here, as you can see, the style. So what I can do now here, I can change the color here. If I want, for example, so for testing like that, I can change whatever I want. But these changes will not be saved. So it's just for testing. So I will change the color, for example, to this color. When I'm okay with it, I can just come here and copy this color like that. I will just copy it. And I will go to my VS Code and paste it like that. Like that. So any element I want to inspect to see this element, I can just right click on it, inspect. And it show me this element. Also, it show me the different class this element has. For example, this button has a margin and padding 10 pixel by 10 pixel. If I want to change, for example, I don't know what's margin, I don't know what's padding. I will right click here on, double click on this value. And using my mouse, I can scroll up and down, as you can see here. When I scroll up, when I scroll down, it show me what's the margin here. Oh, that's the margin here. So basically what the dev tool here is doing, the element, you can see all your element with different ID or the classes, you can see all your element. Also, you can see the style of your element and you can experiment here. So you can do whatever you want. Also, you can add value. For example, this button, if I click on it like that, I can add a color like that. So if do, just give me a color. For example, I want to change the color to blue. And the color has been changed to blue. So that's the first one, which is the element. If you want to inspect the element, you right click it, or you can use this one here. As you can see, if you click on it and click on the element, it will show you the element here in your DevTools. That's the element with different classes or style you are adding. I guess that's it. Anything to add? Ivan, Diego, Tamer?
That
Yes.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How to make it responsive?
Yeah.
Yes,
I will do that. Yeah. I didn't forget about that. Is there anything to add in the elements here? How to inspect an element? How to see your style element like that? So you can experiment whatever you want, but you have to be careful. Whenever you change something here, it will not last forever. So if I refresh like that, now it's gone. We just do it for testing to see. It will help you a lot to learn the different or to improve your CSS, your HTML, to show your different element. If this part is okay.
I have
Yep.
one little thing to add before we go on to the responsive. If you start doing this to inspect real world websites, you'll often come across like class names that are gibberish and like 50 divs inside of each other and all sorts of really incomprehensible things. And that's because a lot of websites are generated instead of written. That's something to be covered later, definitely. But just keep in mind that a lot of websites you see in the real world won't be so clean and clear to understand from the dev tools. Like the hackyourfuture.be is an example. You can look at that over the week and know that the code was generated instead of written directly by hand. That's all.
Thank you so much. Also, you can check, as you can see here, when I uncheck it, it's just this style, this color is gone. I can check it and it's coming back. So you can do all your testing. For example, I don't know what is text align, for example. If I click on it, you see my text is just moved shift to the left. So now I know that the text align, what is doing, he's just moving the text to the center. It helps you a lot to improve your CSS, your HTML, how to inspect element. That's the first part. I will go to the second part, which is the responsive website. So if I click on this icon, as you can see, click on it, you have something different possibility here. So you have responsive, and responsive mean I can, whenever I make it smaller, okay, my website is changing like that. We will see why the background color now changing. Okay, so that's responsive. Whenever I scroll, it will become smaller or bigger. If I don't want to do that, if I want to see how my website look like, for example, on iPad, if I click here, I have different possibilities. So iPad like that, now my website look like that on iPad. You can choose different devices, or you can just make it as responsive. And whenever responsive, whenever I scroll, it will just, the style will change according to that. Now here, as you can see, when I get to 600, so you see here 600 pixel. If I go beyond or less than 600, the background color change. And if you are wondering why, because I have a media query, as you can see. So I have media, what media query is doing here, it defines a specific style, CSS style. It will only apply if the maximum width is 600 pixel or less, which means if my website, when I make it smaller, responsive, when I go smaller beyond 600 pixel, the background color will change from this color to this color. That's basically it. Is there any question, something I forgot to add? Questions? No? Silent?
No, it's okay. Thank you so much, really.
Aviv?
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, very good.
Aviv.
This was something that we really struggled with the last week. Is we would test these web pages. We didn't know about these development tools, but each of us developed the page on their own, locally on their own settings. And then when we brought it all together, we had every page looked different. The header worked differently. The layout of the page was different. So it's really something that how can we use this tool to make sure that the web page look consistent with the navigation bars and all of that stuff in different resolutions?
Before we go to the dev tool solutions, there's actually also a planning solution, which is like from earlier, you actually have the same person write the nav bar on all the pages. And you can reuse classes. So if you notice that the buttons on different pages look different, well, in your plan, you can actually share that same class across many pages. So if one person writes a button on one page and another person on the other page, whoever wrote their button first, the second person should actually use the same class. So there's also a planning solution, which is to reuse the code and group tasks that are related like that into one task. And then now I'll let, second closing thought on that, test all the browsers yourself. So check it in Firefox on your computer, check it in Edge, check it in Chrome, check it on all the browsers on your computer as well before pushing. Okay, now for devs tool solutions.
Yeah. Afif, is it okay, or you may?
Yes, was just taking some notes. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, you're already great. So how to make sure that, let's say, the style you are applying is the same for everybody. So what you can do, as I told you, for example, you can choose specific device, and what it look like, it will be for everyone. So this size, it will be the same for you, the same for everyone. If he is using Chrome, I don't know if he using a different browser, it will be the same or not, but probably it will be the same. So you can control that using this responsive stuff, and you can just test it on different devices, test it on different maybe browsers. But for you, what I advise you, never use any browser, just use Chrome. Chrome is just much better for development. And for testing, just to see how it look like, you can use another browser just to see how it look like. But as I told you, you can just choose different device and have a look, see how your website look like. Maybe put it on responsive, for example, and see if you make it smaller or bigger, what will change, how it's responding. And of course, you have a media query, which you can control everything. Whenever, for example, the maximum width is 600 or 900 or whatever you want, and you can have a lot of media query, for example. Here, it was 600. For example, I will make this one 400 pixel. So whenever my website is, the width of my website is 400 pixel or less, this style will apply. If it's 600 or less, this one it will apply, and so on.
Okay. Yep. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I guess that's everything from my side. Now the element is very important for you. Concentrate on the element, how to inspect an element. And also for styling, don't do it in your VS Code all the time. Try to do it here. It just will be much better for you, I guess. It will help you a lot to understand CSS. And yeah, whenever you're okay with everything, just copy it and go to your VS Code and paste it. Don't forget now, whatever style you change here, so it will stay, but when you refresh your pages, it's gone. So it's just for testing. Yeah, that's everything from my side. And yeah, if there's no questions, then I'll stop.
Thank you. That was so much helpful.
Yes, thanks, Samir.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question, please.
Yeah.
But not about the responsive design. It's about the lint check-in. I don't know if I can access now. Can I?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I would like to know if we can run multi-files, multi-HTML files in the same time when we are checking the lint check-in, yeah, in the terminal. Yesterday we tried and it didn't work. So I would like to know if this is possible, please.
You should be able to if you provide the path to the folder that they're inside of. So for example, if you have a bunch of HTML files in the pages folder, you can do validate -- then just /pages. So the linting scripts all work the same way. If you pass a folder as a path, it will do all of the files inside that folder. If you pass a single file, it will just do that single file.
Okay, good. Thank you. So we can use the path of the folder. Okay, good. Thank you.
Daniel?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, guys? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would like to add just that there is a very useful app that I found. It's called Responsively. And you can just like copy paste the URL from your website and just put it there, and the app is going to show you a lot of different screen sizes at once, so you don't have to start twitching the Windows size or anything. You just copy paste the URL and the app does the rest.
That's great. Don't forget to share it on the Slack channel, and you can also share it on the discussions or somewhere in the repo. Okay, I will open the breakout rooms, and let's see, I will stop recording now. Okay, group 1, final check-in.
Yes,
minutes.
what's the question?
Final check-in, what's the status?
Now we're doing well. We're working on the user persona. We are trying to recycle some of the planning documents from last week, and this time we want to take our time to work a little bit more in depth. That's it.
Great. Group 2. Group 2.
Hello, group 2. Where are you?
Are there?
Come on, let's go. Abdul.
Maybe Neffen can start, I think.
Okay, so we did the constraint and the communication files, and we discussed something about the backlog, what we will do. So for first, this is good for us.
I want to say something. As we also wanted to express to the rest of the teams of the group that okay, we need to stay communicated. So if we have any problem, we have any situations, whatever, okay, we have a lot of ways to communicate. So let's go to stay alive. Okay, so if we need to do something and I cannot because I have a problem, I don't know exactly how to do that one, come on, let's go to communicate it. Okay, so so I think for us this is the lesson of today. That's it.
Great. Group 3. Sana? Tamina?
Yeah.
Alina?
Tamina, Alina, one of you, can you do the recap now?
Yeah, for the second part, we will continue with the our development strategy and also the wireframe. And Sana was doing everything, and we were just giving some ideas, and we were sharing our. We were just speaking, and she was writing. And Samir helped us a lot with everything. Now everything is very clear, so we know what to do for the next week.
We can't hear you, Sana.
I am currently yelling at my son, who is under the table, being very annoying. So it's hard to concentrate right now. I'm just updating our communication plan right now because we need to find out a way so we can all meet, because we are very productive when we brainstorm together and work together. So we will try and set up a schedule that works for everybody.
Nice. That's good to hear. Group 4.
We continued our work with the planning, with the communication, user persona, and constraints. And we hope by the end of the day, we will fix a problem that we faced right now and continue to work with our plan by to have everything ready for the planning by next week, hopefully. Yes.
Okay, that's really good from every group. I would like to hear from the coaches if you have feedback, a general feedback for all the groups and students. Tiago?
Just something we had on with the group 4. They had a problem with the test on GitHub that weren't passing. And I just want to know that if your tests are failing, don't merge the pull requests. Try to fix the test first, because the tests are there for you to have a consistent project. So it's important to respect these tests and fix them first. Other than that, I think everybody's working very well, and wish you good luck for the week. And if you have questions,
yeah.
I'm here on Slack.
Yeah, a week and a half, but yeah, let's keep it a week then. Tamer?
Yes, they are doing a great job, and my advice for everyone, create an issue, and it should be a small issue, and the issue should be for everything. If you would like to add, edit, update, just create an issue, then start your job.
Yes. Samir?
Really nothing to add, just keep up the good work and all the time communicate and develop. That's what I have to say. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Evan, you want to discuss?
I got nothing extra.
Okay. I guess we want you to concentrate on the planning and your communication constraints. Once you figure out what time to meet up, which time you have for each group member, then you will know how to communicate and how to work together. That's the most important thing. The other thing I want to add is, as a side note, next week, the class will be starting at 10 o'clock. At the Beacon, we'll have a workshop on remote work. So Alessandro will be there for a workshop. So please be on time, and we'll have a good time next week. Any other thing you want to add? Questions?
Sorry, Galila, did you say, what time did you say? 10 o'clock next Sunday?
Yes, 10 o'clock. It is recorded, so you can come back and check it out. So it'll be 10 o'clock at the Beacon. Yes, Daniel?
Yes, I just would like to add that I know communication can be difficult, especially because here there's a lot of people with responsibilities, with works, full-time jobs, that kind of thing. I would just advise to just don't wait until you get together to work on stuff. You can also learn other things, think about other stuff when you're not there all together.
Yes. If you brainstorm and have the idea of what you're going to do this on Sunday, then know your constraints, then maybe you can start using the issues and write development strategies on Sunday. Evan, you want to add something here?
No, everything's been pretty well covered. I'd just be repeating someone else at this point.
Yeah. Any other questions before we close up? Miroslav, something you want to add?
Not really in particular. I will just repeat like Tiago, so everything has been said.
Okay. Okay, then, if you don't have any other questions, I would like to thank our coaches, our new visitor, Miroslav, Coaches Thiago, Tamer, Samir, and Evan as well today. Today is a coach. And thank you for the students for your dedication and hard work. Please don't give up. Keep on working. Yes, communication was a problem this week, but you are trying to figure out how to work together as well. It's new for everybody, so have a sympathy and empathy for each other. Yeah. Okay, then I'll see you next week, Sunday. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.